Hi everyone. So in this video, I want to talk about keeping in touch with me. You can see I have the document here, the syllabus. We're going to talk about this picture, why I have this Sikh Captain America here. We'll talk about that in another video. But just to let you know, we have I have the syllabus here. You can look at it. I'm going to review a few specific issues in the syllabus. In a series of these videos. So eventually we'll go through the whole thing. Um, but I do want to talk mainly about keeping in touch because I think that's one of the most important things in a class. It's important in any class that we're going to be taking, but especially in an online class. It's very easy to feel disconnected in an online class. I lose students and I hate losing students. And I think that, again, if we just keep in touch with me, we can work out whatever issues we need to work out. So here in the syllabus, it says this is, ENGO 102, spring 2021. These are all three sections. Again, this video goes out to everybody, so I have all three sections mixed together. And then down here, I have this information about who I am. When we meet, the classroom is online. It's also in Blackboard Collaborate. But the class time is asynchronous. Again, that you don't have a set time that it meets, with an optional class meeting on Tuesdays from 4 to 6. Again, as we talked about before, I just want to be very clear about that idea that Tuesdays from 4 to 6 is completely optional. You've got my phone number here. I will only answer my phone during my office hours. It actually rings to my cell phone. And so if you call me, at 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to be doing something else. And so I'm not going to answer the phone. So if you call, you have to either call during my office hours or during a specific time that we set up. So if we email and I say, hey, you can call me at 9 o'clock at night for whatever reasons, that's perfectly fine. Um, but we have to set that up ahead of time. So you can't just call me whenever and expect me to answer the phone. The best way to get in contact with me anytime is through email. It's mamartinez at qcc.cuny.edu. That MA is important. Most professors just have their first letter of their first name and then their last name. Mine is the first two letters of my first name, M.A. Martinez. If you send it to M. Martinez, it's going to go to somebody else. I won't get it. So sometimes if I'm not getting emails, students will say to me, hey, I've been emailing you and you haven't been emailing me back. And I'll say, did you send it to the right email? So just go ahead and copy and paste from this. My email is also on Blackboard. There's a section that says contact information, and it's got that email address is there. So just make sure you've got the correct email address. You can also, of course, just reply to any of the emails that I send you, and then you know that it'll get back to me. But that's the best way to keep in touch. And then what we can do through an email is potentially set up a phone meeting. Okay, because I do like to talk to people on the phone, um, but we'll have to set that up through an email. I can also do Blackboard Collaborate sessions if we need to do that. My office hours are Tuesday to Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. and by appointment. So from Tuesday, Thursday to 1 p.m., as I say down here, during scheduled office hours, I will return calls and emails immediately. So what happens again from 1 to 2, if you call me on the phone 1 to 2, I will pick up the phone and I will talk to you. If you email me from 1 to 2, I'll get back to you as almost immediately. Sometimes I can't get back to you right away because I'm on the phone with somebody, but I'll try to get back to you pretty quickly with that. So those are my office hours. You don't need an appointment to call me then. Just go ahead and call me anytime between 1 and 2. But again, I also have time by appointment. So if you can't call me on the phone between 1 and 2, if that doesn't work, that's fine. Just email me and say, hey, 1 to 2 does not work for me. Is there another time? I have plenty of time available. As long as I know ahead of time, we can set up a time. And so I want to make sure that we can potentially talk on the phone or through Zoom or Blackboard Collaborate or something like that. I want to make sure that we are keeping in contact, right? And that is incredibly important. I will talk about that a lot. In almost every email I send you, I will say, if you have any questions, make sure to email me, right? Because again, I do want to keep in touch with you. Um, I say down here again, we've talked about before, but again, it always bears repeating to make sure we're clear about this. During the optional class meeting, which is Tuesdays from 4 to 6, I will present the same material that I present in the pre-recorded videos. During these class sessions, you can ask me any questions you have about the material. I will also record these sessions and post them on Blackboard so you can watch them whenever you have the time. So again, some of you signed up for the synchronous class meeting so you can come to those and get information. But if that doesn't work in your schedule, or it's not convenient for you for whatever reasons, then you can watch the pre-recorded videos. So you're going to get the same information in either place. However, of course, if you come to the live class meetings, I can respond to your questions immediately. Okay. I want to scroll down here to one other issue, but we'll look at all this other stuff in other videos. I want to look at this thing here that says the 1 grade. Okay, that's the letter 1. I if you ever get a grade of a 1 on any of your of any assignment that you turn in, what that means is that there is a problem, and I want to talk to you about that. Okay. Um, it's different from a 0, because if I put a 0, you might say, well, did you not turn it in or not turn it in? We're not confused about that. But a 1 has a very specific meaning. It means there's an issue here that I want to talk to you about. It does not necessarily mean that that is going to be your final grade. So as I say here, I give grades of 1 when I want students to contact me. If you receive a 1, please email me as soon as possible, or you can call me during my office hours so that we can set up a phone meeting. After we talk on the phone, I will either change your grade or tell you exactly what you need to do in order for it to be changed. In the case of plagiarism, grades might remain a 1. And so we'll talk about what plagiarism is and why that's a problem. I'll want to talk to you about that. But if you're plagiarizing, you may end up with a 1, and that grade won't change. If your grade remains a 1 after I've told you I would change it, please contact me again so we can sort out the problem. Sometimes I forget to change it. So again, the idea of a 1 grade, it's just a way that I have of saying, contact me. It gets your attention. If you see a 1 grade, you're like, wait, I'm only got a 1 on this assignment? I better contact him and figure out what's going on. And again, in most cases, after we talk on the phone, I will change that from a 1 grade. It will not stay that. Again, I'm just doing that to make sure that we can keep in touch. That's why I'm talking about this in this video that's all about keeping in touch, because that's all the 1 grade is. It is a way to get you to talk to me. I'm getting your attention. I want you to email me or call me. And again, that's what the 1 grade is for. So keep that in mind. I have a whole other section down here about keeping in touch, right? Because again, as I said, keeping in touch is incredibly important. So I've got this keeping in touch, and I say, again, I'm repeating a lot of what I've just said in this video, but in order to succeed in an online class, you must, I left out a word there, log in to Blackboard regularly to keep up with your assignments. If you have any questions about anything, please email me as soon as possible. Again, I'm repeating myself because this is really, really important. Please email me. Please call me during my office hours. Keep in touch. We can always set up phone meetings to clarify any of my comments or discuss any issues you might be having. As I said, if you receive a 1 or I suggest that we talk, please contact me as soon as possible. Right? So if I say on your any of your papers that you get back, please contact me as soon as possible, do that, right? Please, we need to talk, please contact me. Not contacting me in a situation could have a negative effect on your grade. I repeat my office hours in here, that they're Tuesday, Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. Again, a lot of this information is repeated because I really want you to keep in touch with me. And you do not need an appointment to call me during my office hours. This is important down here. If I don't answer my phone during my office hours, call back immediately and keep trying. Okay. Sometimes I have problems answering my phone, my fingers slip or something and I hang up accidentally. Sometimes I'm on the phone with another student, I try and click over and it gets disconnected. So if you're calling during my office hours, just call back. It's kind of frustrating. Sometimes I'll get somebody call me and I'll go, oh wait, I'll try and answer the phone, and then they don't call back and they miss me. So make sure to call back. If you call during times other than my office hours, I will not answer. That is, unless we have a set meeting time. I will also maintain an Ask Me Anything discussion board where you can ask any class-related question. And so in this folder, you will see, in this Part 1 folder, you will see a link to an Ask Me Anything discussion board. Anytime during the semester, you can click on that and say, hey, I've got a question. And so you can ask the question. If one of the things I do ask you to do, if you have that question, go ahead and look through the discussion board, and it will show you all the things that other students have asked, and your question might have been answered there. So you might look at it and go, oh, if you say, hey, when is this? Let me get some clarification on when this assignment is due, and you look through and you realize somebody else asked the same question and I answered it, you don't need to ask me that question. But again, even if it's a repeat, I don't mind at all, really. Just I'd much rather answer a question twice than to not answer it at all, right? So go ahead and make sure, feel free to ask me anything through any of those methods. So again, if anything you didn't know from this video is that it's incredibly important that you keep in contact with me. You have a variety of ways of doing so, and I do not want you to hesitate. So again, you've got a quiz here, so you can go ahead and take that before moving on to the next video.